So, Victor, another victory, kind of a close one this time. You go from the start that you guys had. Now you have the GNAC's longest winning streak at 3 games. Just talk about what you liked about your team's approach to, or what you like about your team's weekly approach.
Well, what I like is when you talk about the games, is how they found a way to win in the end. Since I've been here in the last 12 years, and I can't recall winning a game like that in the end. Usually we've been able to either handle them early or just you close it out and take a knee. But to be able to drive it the way we did, the offensive line did an amazing job of just pushing it at the very end. We had to go for it in 4th down. They get that 4th down. But then to get there, the way the whole coaching staff, the team, orchestrated all the mechanics of how you close out a game in the last minute, in the last second, field goal. I was really proud of the group because the communication was excellent. The players were calm. There wasn't any doubt on that sideline. Hey, this is what we're going to do. So to see Jamie come in and keep his composure after having a few missteps earlier in the game, just come in and nail it and win the game. It's a great deal. It's great for the program.
And then just to follow up on that, Terrell Watson, his first 200-yard rushing game. Yeah. And he in his 3 games against Dixie State, he's had a lot of success. And then on that last drive that you talked about, when you needed him, 3 carries, all 3 were first downs for you. Talk about what he's meant to the team and what he meant to Saturday's win.
Well, the key phrase you just put there is when you need him. When you need him, he's there. He's a guy, and that's the way he plays football is he's putting his team first. I have no doubt in his mind he visually sees his team on his back, and he does it in a way of full humility, knowing that if this is going to help his team, he'll do it. Whatever it takes to help a team, Terrell's the kind of guy who's going to get after it for them, and that shows up in the offseason, shows up on the campus life, and so to have over 200 yards of rushing, that's a heck of a beastly effort. The dude did an amazing job. So, we're going to try to get him healed up and recovered and just, feel fresh for this next game coming up. We'll need him again, but that's a class effort, man. Great job by him.
And Coach, a little over 3 weeks ago, you're standing at 0-7 now with the turnaround, especially against the caliber of opponent you've faced. What's been the biggest, change or difference in the team in that time? Well,
I think there's you got to look at it this way: is that are you winning all the time? And that's obviously there's a scoreboard, and the scoreboard is always a data point that you look at, and we understand that you're measured by. But there's things that are in the process that we believe, hey, there's winning and losing processes. And throughout the time of the 0-7 is that our team was continually growing. There was a lot of newness that happened this year. The step up Division II, obviously replacing a legend like Vandy, replacing a lot of seniors, and then just having a lot of freshmen being counted on. So there was a lot of newness. What I like and most proud of for our team is they stuck with the process. Now, emotionally, there's some pretty hard moments there. There's no doubt, man, where it's dark, and the only ones that are holding up a light is each other. And so you weren't getting that many attaboys to build the confidence. But you had to be able to go back to the film and show the guys, here's where you're getting better, here's where you're getting better. God bless these guys just to find their faith, have some real solid foundation throughout that time, and what they chose to believe in was, hey, we're called here, we're all a family, we're all a team, God's got us here for a reason, we're going to get better, we're not going to grumble in this time, and we're going to continue to sacrifice for each other. And then what you're being able to see, and thankfully is the outcomes now are better data points from what has been a long-standing process, and that they've been able to finally build up, and you're getting some fruit from it. But it's a lot of hard work, and now you got a team that's standing on some solid ground, but they also know that a winning data point doesn't mean, you arrived. You never arrive. It's just you go back to work, you do your 20-mile march every single day, and you get after this thing and get ready for another big game this Saturday.
Coach, just kind of piggybacking on that question, as far as the coaching staff goes, what superstitions have gone out the window, and which ones are new and forming now?
Well, I say this. From all the conversations, coaching being a business where people do have some superstitions, I think everybody's wearing the same underwear, they got rid of the same underwear, wearing fresh underwear, fresh socks now. I think they've all out the door. And I think I see a lot of the coaching staff, I know, I hear them, they all joke about it. It's like, hey, I'll wear whatever I want to now on game day because I don't have any superstition. So the good news 0-7, it gets rid of that anxiety of your superstition, because that can really throw out your whole game day if something's wrong. If your wife washed your lucky shirt that wasn't supposed to be washed till he lost. So our guys are ready to go, and they've found that, you know, what they really believe in every day is just they have to prepare well. And I couldn't be more proud of this coaching staff, just what the hard work they've done, and just to say, let's just continue to get after it. And so back to that process, I think it's really removed any kind of superstitions. So people have them, and you get rid of them now. They didn't work. So.
Well, 3 in a row, somebody's got to be wearing the same shirt or something, right?
Well, I think maybe the superstition is now don't have any superstitions. So,
Okay.
so they do an active job of never try to wear the same things anymore. So that's kind of where they've become. They gave up on that.
Comparing with the move up, comparing the NAI to the GNAC conference, there's been statements made that rumblings and that the GNAC would be compared to any one of them a top 10 NAI school, top 20 NAI school. How do you respond to that statement?
Well, I think there's a lot of truth to it, and I'd say this is that, you know, having been in the playoffs, seen other playoff caliber teams in the NAIA. You know, we have a great history with the NAIA and a lot of great memories, but there's a significant step up. There's a significant step up, and now getting Division II ready takes work, and we've seen that, and we've understood that firsthand. Every one of these GNAC teams could be a top 5 NAIA team, and that right there has changed how you prepare. I mean, you know, talking with the staff, it's, you know, when you're going against other programs that have large full-time staffs, the way they recruit, I mean, they're running it they have the resources, they have the commitment to say we're out there recruiting to be the very best, we're working all week to be the best. That makes a big difference. And now when you're calling plays, you know, man, every play it's a lot of work, because you're playing against a group of other opponents that, I mean, they're going to hand it to you if you don't come and bring your A game. So that, you know, nothing against the NAIA. I mean, it's a great experience, but there is a significant difference, you know. And now that I've experienced it firsthand, it's just, you know, I know the truth. Yeah, there's a difference.
Try not to look too far forward, but where do you go from here, learning that difference? How does your recruiting change? How do you change your philosophies? How do you move forward from that information?
Well, when you're looking at recruiting, we're looking at, one, we've got to get somebody who has got the academics that show that they can balance what is a serious commitment for the football program and academically. You're also looking at the type of person. We really want a tough-minded person, somebody who isn't looking just to ride the wave of somebody else's success. They're looking to create. They're looking to contribute and add to the great legacy of Azusa Pacific athletics. And then in the third year, obviously there's that athletic, you know, variable in there. You know, the size, the speed, the strength. Some young man who says, you know, I want to play a physical brand of football. And you know, I know I've said it before, but it's even more evident now just how violent and fast this football is in college. But now you look at the GNAC and Division II and what we want to do nationally, you need to find that young man who's got that whole piece of together, so all the pieces together, so they can make that commitment and success on the field, academically and socially and spiritually. So it's a big step up even in recruiting. So our coaches are hungry and they're ready to get after it. And you know, as the season winds down, you know, getting on the road, finding those right athletes that are out there for us, and we've got a lot of people who are significantly interested in us, and so we're going to follow up and continue to find those guys.
I think continuing along, talking about part of that step up, I think we talked earlier in the year about you really felt that your team, even because you were the newcomer, kind of had that target on your back, and that was an element of adjusting to this level. How satisfied, how happy are you to see the way that your team has answered that, you know, all within the span of a single season?
Yeah, I'm really happy with who they are as people to answer the bell. You know, instead of looking around for somebody else to do it, they all just look to themselves first. But to be able to step into the league, obviously took a lot of bumps and bruises and some knockout blows and to be able to get up on your feet Monday morning, get after it, to see our guys make the commitment to keep growing. I'm proud of them. That's a huge compliment to the character of this team. But then, to have the fact that they have been able to run off 3 wins, and you play each other twice, so it's kind of a back half and a good comparison. How'd you play them in the first half? How'd you play them in the back half? And to see the kind of growth that we've had, that's as a coach, that's why you really do it. You want to see that improvement. So now we've got 1 game left against a Simon Fraser team who, in their own right, has just continued to grow throughout the whole season, playing great football. And Coach Dave Johnson, he's a good guy, runs a great program, and you can see how they've gone through the learning curve and how they have now been able to knock off some of these, perennial league top 3 teams. To knock off Humboldt the way they did is pretty good. They don't quit. So there's a lot of don't quit in this league, and this league is one of those things where everyone can be beaten any day. So, and we've got our hands full with Simon Fraser coming off of a significant victory for them.
And Simon Fraser and APU, the only 2 GNAC teams with winning streaks right now.
Right.
So one of you guys is going to finish the year with the GNAC's go into the offseason with the conference's longest winning streak. Talk about this battle of new GNAC programs, kind of representing maybe the future of the GNAC.
Yeah, I think what shows for the future of the GNAC is that the GNAC is getting better and better. So as this league continues to progresses and hopefully expands here in the future, you're looking at quality teams are being brought to the table, and you're seeing the commitment that these coaches have, that the schools have to their football programs. So I don't know if it's so much of a, hey, look at the 2 newcomers. It's more of a look at this league and how great this league is and how competitive this league is. So there isn't a day you come in the office that you can just say, oh man, we're the guy. You need to work really hard and to stay that. If you're in the top of the mountain with winning streaks like we are, man, you're just 1 day away from from falling right back and having a little humble pie. So we are, for us, we're going to take a step back and say, hey, let's just look at our process. Let's look at what got us here. The thing I like about the team right now is that they don't have that arrival mentality. They're like, hey, let's just go to work. Let's go to work. We got a chance to play football this week. Once again, trying to go 1-0.
Hey, Coach, what are some of the keys to beating Simon Fraser this weekend?
Well, right now, offensively, Simon's just hitting all cylinders. I think one of the things you've got to look at is just that they play great offensive unit football. They don't have necessarily a run game, pass game that you say that they're banking on it. They play real balanced football. So, Durant is I think one of the best receiver in the league, and he's a playmaker, and it's hard to cover one-on-one. The other thing is, they have a solid run game, and if you don't stop the run, that's just going to get them those first down conversions. And we did a terrible job of that last time we played them. And then I thought Wheeler's just a very good quarterback, very good job of making decisions, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. They play a lot of wide splits, kind of Texas Tech-ish, in the old school days that it's tough to get pressure on him. So you've got a guy, there who's basically the brain behind the offense, who's able to make those type of good decisions. And so they like to call a lot of plays from the box too. So it becomes a bit of a cat and mouse of what happens. But they're doing a great job with their offense, and that's we got a handful defensively, just like we did last time. Defensively, they're very attacking style, a lot of man coverage. They'll play some zone in there, but I like their D-line. D-line's very rangy, long arms, do a great job of fitting up their O-line and frustrating your run game. So, Coach Johnson's put together a pretty solid program. So we've got our hands full as they come into one of the best places to ever play in the GNAC, and so I'm excited. I hope our fans come out and black the whole place out as we celebrate this last game for the home game for the seniors. So. We've got the Senior Appreciation Night. We also have the Marine Corps Appreciation Night. It's the Marine Corps' birthday on this 10th, so we're going to have a fun night in store for us. We're excited to put together another great game.
And then with the Simon Fraser quarterback that you talked about, that's being able to run their offense efficiently. You faced a quarterback in Dixie State, Griff Robles, is kind of the same way. Big difference from the 2 times that you played him. Talk about your defense and what they were able to do, getting 4 interceptions, getting some takeaways, getting some key stops for you.
Well, first, what we weren't able to do was stop Griff on his scrambling. Guy's a great runner. He's got more time in this league, and that's not good for us. So it's not good for the league. But he's a great player, and that's where this league, every week you got somebody there you're playing against who's just a good playmaker. But in the red zone when it counted, the defense was able to be there and pick that ball off, and that's what you need to have happen. And you've got to create turnovers in this league. And so you can see the difference in these last wins, that we're in the plus side of the turnover margin. But I'm really proud of how the defense didn't go in the tank. Didn't say, okay, well, emotionally we're not stopping them. Let's stop. Hey, let's just forget it. They just try to win the next play, and that's how you win football games, just by winning the next play. And they did that, and that's a mature statement to be made about them. So it speaks about their maturity, how they've grown up. So I'm proud about what they did there. It shows that I'm not going to quit mentality, and that's what you got to have to win this league. And so we're kind of coming to the party a little late with developing it, but we have developed it, and we're going to continue to do that at the beginning of the off season and keep building this program.